Hey everybody, it's Rani B. I'm back. My last video I just did with you, I unboxed this little baby, and now I've got it all ready to go to plug in and to get set up in Design Space so that we can use it. I'm going to show you how to make a project. Okay, I'm going to head over to the computer and I'm going to try and get this little baby up and running on the computer. Okay, so I already have Design Space installed, but I do also have a Joy Xtra already on my system, so I'm going to have to figure out which machine I'm actually starting up. So first thing I'm doing is I'm opening Cricut Design Space. So this is my main screen. This is probably personally tweaked to me because these are the things I've been looking at making. I'm going into settings. Let's assume you've already set it all up. And now I'm going to go into machines over here. So this dialog box comes up. I'm going to go into machines because I actually want to install a new machine. So I'll do new product setup. So I'm setting up a new product. So I'm going to go with a BF79 or B7F9. So let's go and do continue. Oh, it's very happy. My Joy Xtra is connected. So now we need to activate it. I agree to the terms and then we activate it. Okay. This could take a little time to continue because we're all up to date. It's all happening. I actually can't wait to see what you make. Now, if you are having a go at your machine for the very first time, now I didn't really want to do this. If you're continuing in this process and you've got your machine to this point, you could just keep clicking continue and you would put your black vinyl that you got with your machine in to do this cut. And that's great. But I don't want to do that because to me, there's some really good projects in there and I don't want to waste that amount of vinyl. It's quite a big piece that you end up wasting. Oh, well, that's good to do the trial, but I'd rather now just kind of skip through that and take you through and just make something with your own name in it. I'll make my name and you can follow along and just change it up and make your own name, but I'll make a label with my name on it, I think, so it's something that I can use. So I'm going to skip this here. And I'm going to skip the machine test. I'm not going to do it. If you want to do it, you can go and do it. So what I'm going to do instead is now I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you a project just to get started to do your own name. So if I click over this, it's already selected my Joy Xtra. So my new Joy Xtra is already selected. So I'm going to click a new project. I'm going to go, you know what, I could do a vinyl decal if I wanted to, but I'm just going to go blank canvas because I like to use the whole idea that it's just going to be a blank canvas. And I think what I'm going to do is just this little things come up here. It's just giving me ideas. Inspos everywhere. So I'm saying there's a lot of inspiration. I'm just going to use this arrow here on the side just to close that down. I don't really need to see that. And I'm not going to go into a whole Design Space tutorial here. I'm just going to click over here, text. This box is going to pop up, text. I'm just going to pick it up and move it over here. So when it's got these little anchors around it, I can pick it up and move it. Now I'm going to keep it really, really simple. I'm just going to double click on that and then I'm going to type my name. So I will just leave that like that. Rani, and now all I'm going to do is it's going to ask me to save it. So I'm just going to save it as sample name, and I'll just do for setup, sample name for setup, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Just click save. That's saving. That shows me that the project's saved. So that's all done. Now I'm just going to go into make. So I'm going to go into make. Now remember that when we want to make it, and I'm going to have to grab the vinyl. Okay, now I've got the vinyl, and remember there's one way that you can put it in because it's not square, it's actually a rectangular shape. Now here's the thing, this has come up to print it, or to cut it, sorry, on a mat. So I don't want to cut it on a mat because I actually want to use the smart materials. And let's say you haven't got a mat. So go over here, and this will be automatically set up. And again, it's another lesson on how to manage all that. Just cut it, do it without a mat, and you'll see how it's changed. So now your piece of vinyl will be that shape. That is the size. Yes, that is about the size and the shape of the piece of black vinyl that they've given you. The Smart Vinyl Removable Black, that is the size that they've given you. Oh no, I'll do continue here. So it's saying that my material must be at least 16 centimeters in length. Now I'm just going to double check it, and it shows me that it's 19. And if I go across the top, it's actually 24 centimeters, the same as what you see on the screen. So all we're going to do is, that's my name, your name's typed in there, or you're using your Cricut to practice it, and we're just going to do continue. Now it's asking me to click it on again. Let's try again, make sure it's up here, the right one. All right, let's try this one. So we're just going to go continue, and now it's working. All right, so now we know that our material is Smart Vinyl Removable. We know that because it's written on the back. So we're going to go Smart Vinyl Removable Vinyl, matteless. Matteless. We've turned the matte off, so we're going matteless. So let's click that one, and now we're ready to go over to the machine and let it do its thing, because it will be flashing, waiting for us to do its thing. We're back over at the table, and you can see the lights flashing. So remember I said that it was asking for us to make sure that our vinyl was at least 16 centimeters long, and I said to you I've measured it, and we saw on the screen that our vinyl going long ways, so the vinyl is this shape, and the vinyl going long ways is 24 centimeters, which is right here. So that's correct. And now then we said it needed to be at least 16. So I measured it this way and I said it was 19. Well, it's just a fraction over. But anyway, we've got plenty of vinyl. So to do this as a smart vinyl, if I put it in this way and it's not sitting underneath these feed dogs here, well, we don't want it to grab. This laser is saying, I see something happening here. Why is there nothing coming in? Hear it? The rollers are rolling, saying, hang on a second, I saw some vinyl, but now I don't see it anymore. So this has to go this way so that it sits directly under these feed dogs here. If I put it in this way, it is not going to fit under these feed dogs or guides. So it's got to go in this way. So you see these little things here, these little guides are here. So the feed dogs are here, and by the time it gets to this little dot here, which is actually a laser, so it's a glass covered laser, it's going to say there is material in here and I need to measure it and make sure it works for this project. So in it goes, and it's going to take that material from us. Let's keep it nice and clean as possible. It's measured it to make sure that it's right for us, and it's flashing to say, I'm ready to go. Now this machine, in the unboxing when I spoke about it, I said that it was fully Bluetooth. There's no buttons on it to press like the bigger machines. So you have to come back to your screen to click go, which is down here. Now as soon as I click go, it's preparing. And this is now cutting out my name on here. Looks like it's done. Now it'll flash, so the light's flashing. I've got to go back because it's now saying to me on the screen that it's complete and I need to remove the mat. So remove the material. So I unload the mat and I click done, and the project's done. Okay, so basically what I want to do here is I've unloaded it, so I can now just pull that out. If I hadn't have done that unload, I could not pull that out. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. This is black and it's a bit hard to see. So you can put some baby powder on this, which will make it easier to see. But I am going to close up the machine and push it out the way because we're done with that for the moment. And I want to now cut and weed this. I want to show you how this works. Okay, so now to cut and weed this, I need my cutter, my weeding tool, and the vinyl. And as it turns out, I need a little bit more light. So I don't know if you can see that. There you go, you can see that. Yeah, that you can see. All right, so that's my name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut just around it. I am going to pull towards the end of the corner where I can see there's part of my name starts here. There's nothing happening over here. So I'm going to pull this back with my weeding tool just a little bit. I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to pull this. Now the best way to do, I find, is down and up. Up and down and up and down and up. Slowly I want the eye to stay on Rani and just put that to the side. If you have a little something like this, it's helpful. You don't have to have it, because I'll show you why. This works just as well. But you pull out from in between just carefully where you can see things are. Cut, and then you have your name. And I think there's the tiniest little bit in that A still that can come off. I'm now going to grab the transfer tape, just pop that on there, and just do a little bit of a rough cut around it. Just a bit of a rough cut around that. Because whatever you do, you're going to need to get this off with this here. That's peeled back. Okay, into a bit of a U shape. Try and line up a little bit neater for you. There's got lines on it. I do or don't take the time to line up, depends on what I'm going to do with it. Lay that down on there like that. Now you're going to need a little tool like this. So this is just my scraper, and I'm just going to rub that down a little bit. Now if you don't have one of these tools, because you'll get one of these as time goes on, you'll probably end up with one. So this is a big one. I would probably use a little one just for this little bit. But you can use anything. It doesn't matter. You can use this. You can use the back of a spoon. You can use a credit card. No big deal. So library card, anything like that. So rub that down. Lift it up. And when you lift it up, you peel the back of it off. You know what? Technically, you really should do the back a little bit too. Okay. But it's new transfer tape, and I'm guessing it's going to pretty much sit there the way it should, and that's it there. Now I'm going to get something to put that on. I'm just going to put it on my rubbish bin. Now if I were doing this for real, for proper, I would wipe this down with an alcohol wipe. I would go over it with one of the lint removal brushes, roller brushes, and really be focused on it and making sure that it's really good. I'd make sure this was all lined up properly, and then I would do the taco method again. And I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to make sure that's all nice and lined up. I've got no rubbish in there. Okay, and then I'm going to get my little scraper tool. I'm going to go over this again. Nice, gently, but firmly. And then I'm going to pick up the corner. And I'm going to peel this back. And again, I do the up, down, just because it's a little bit easier. And I'm just going to make sure that is pressed down properly. But now it's got my name on it, and it sits in my craft room, and I put bits and pieces of rubbish in it. Now this here is not rubbish. Do not discard this. But this here is the backing that it came on. And I'm going to put that back down on there and save it, because this is reusable. So you can save a little bit of money by not wasting this here. And then I just keep this in a little tub in my craft room. And that is the setup of your beautiful new Joy Xtra machine. We did the first video in this series of the Joy Xtra on unboxing. And then the second video is this one, which is setting up and getting your first project out of the way. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thank you, all my crafty friends, and thank you for watching my channel. Please do subscribe. Please do check out my socials. Rani B, that's me on Insta. Rani B, that's me on Facebook. And Cricket and Crafts. There's 2 apostrophes in there. Cricket and Crafts Melbourne. Yeah, and we run classes as well. Right, have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great time. Love and respect, Rani B. See ya.